Hello, hello, dear co-creative Destiny Weavers. Today I felt like sharing some wisdom with you. Wednesday is the day of leaving our comfort zones and sharing stories of comfort in this in-between space of not knowing what's coming towards us once this pandemic uncertainty is over, and it has become the boundaries have become easier since last week, but obviously we're still in the midst of not really knowing where it's going to, and that's where I was thinking about the story Golden Repair of the Cracks in the World. This is an article, once again, from my great inspiration, the mythologist Michael Meade. And he also refers to the story I read out to you about this old woman, a Native American tale of the weaver who was weaving the carpet after it has been pulled apart by her dog, and she is then pulling out the thread, which stands for a golden thread with a vision for a new world, and then she starts to weave a new world into existence, which for me is such a fantastic metaphor for our Facebook group and for reimagining this a new tapestry emerging, a new humanity arising, and an invitation to all of us to reimagine a new world, and starting by finding out our own genius thread, our destiny thread. That's why I also like to invite you to my first pilot course to start next week. I make it affordable for everybody. There are free options for donation or just a review of my book. 33 euros or 66 euros. I've included a link above if you're interested to join me. I see it as a co-creative process of co-creating this soul journey, like I call it, unfolding together with you. If you give me input, what you really need in those times, then I can be of greater service of producing a course in the future, which is based on my book, The Wyrding Way, which is all about the weaving of the new, like the free Noans are doing. And in that way, I want to make it more practical to really bring down this theory of the Wyrding Way of my book, of the free Noans, and invite every one of us to pick up this golden thread, the destiny thread, which is the unbiblical code to your soul and your source, which is unique. And so the Wyrding Way and my course to start next week, it's all about this sacred destiny thread. And this article very much reminds me of this golden destiny thread that we are all invited to weave the new. So as chaos spreads throughout the whole world, like we can see with the pandemic at the moment, with the ongoing threat of denials and a lot of propaganda and made up stories, and the widespread revelations of abuses of power and the extreme politics of division, I keep thinking that we are in that moment, not just another moment in history, but an extended or open moment in which familiar things collapse before our eyes while other things wait to be revealed. And new, more inclusive designs may actually become more possible. I keep imagining how the time of collapse and chaos can also be a radical period of reimagination and potential renewal. That's how I like to see it as well. Not that there is some magical solution that everyone can agree upon, but that precisely in the midst of chaos, each of us may be closer to finding a particular thread that gives our life genuine meaning and also gives us something to contribute to the reimagining and reviving of the world. A core idea of the genius myth is that each person is born with a thread of genius, a golden filament set within the soul, just waiting to be discovered. This natural endowment of inner gold is the true treasure hard to attain. It is the unique thread that secretly connects each of us to the living soul of the world. This older, wiser sense of a unique inner genius that might help light the way forward stands against the cyclical ideas and divisive designs that dominate modern mass cultures and keep putting us on the verge of mass destruction. In mythic terms, it is not only a shift in politics that is desperately needed, not just changes in social justice, but also a reimagination of the whole design that helps to weave culture back into creative balance with nature. Amidst all the false rhetoric and nihilistic ideas, our primary human task is to become the bearers of whatever genuine meaning and beauty we can envision and help reveal. When the common institution collapse and the usual cultural containers break, our role is to recover the true spirit for living and help reveal the underlying wholeness of life amidst all the conflicts and divisions plaguing the world. Uncovering the spiritual essence and core of inner worth can be seen as an alchemical process of transforming the lead of one's life into a gold that can be released into the world. Each person is golden in some way, yet each heart must be broken for the valuable veins to become open and for the inner gold to shine forth. The inner gold must be extracted precisely from the darkness that grows around us and within us. The ancient artistry of Japanese culture includes the idea of kintsugi-ryo, a golden repair. The practice of short kintsugi, or golden joinery, involves repairing pieces of pottery that crack or break with glue that has been blended with actual gold. Metaphorically, kintsugi suggests that something may become more beautiful and more valuable after being broken and repaired with imagination and the healing touch. Such a golden repair does not cover up the cracks in the vessel or deny the fact that something precious has been broken. Rather, the splits and broken places become evidence of a hidden gold that heals and illuminates while restoring the vessels of life to wholeness. As fault lines throughout the world grow greater, the cracks in the human heart also grow deeper. As a piece of living philosophy, golden repair suggests redemptive practices through which the damages of history and the tragic mistakes we make with the fragile vessels of nature, culture, and individual lives might be repaired. Rather than shameful distortions to be disguised or hidden, the wounds we suffer and the healing of those wounds become a revelation of the gold hidden in the human soul. Like any genuine process of healing and making whole again, we must first acknowledge and study the exact faults and divisions that damage our lives the most. If we could admit more readily to the tragic injuries that divide one group from another, we could replace the bloody damages with golden lines that serve to remind us of the fragility of life. as well as the possibilities of repairing shattered dreams and redeeming broken lives. By now, the wounds to the heart of humanity are too extensive and grievous for any single belief or ideology to heal at all. But if each person has some golden qualities and a unique genius to bring to the world, each has the capacity to do some golden repair. Because the troubles of the world have grown so great and encompass most elements of both culture and nature, each person can find a wound, a division, or a crack nearby that can be turned into a golden steam. Practices of golden repair can begin wherever old wounds divide people, wherever the tragedies of violence and suicide leave people broken in spirit and at odds with the underlying beauty of life. Golden repair is also needed in all levels of life, where trust has been shattered, where justice has been denied, where the earth has been ripped open and blindly exploited, where the healing presence of great forests have been turned into broad unholy scars. If we see each person, along with the entire globe, as a living sacred vessel in need of artful repair, we might imagine more ways of helping the old woman revive and restore the world. Yeah, so I hope this article, this golden repair artwork from Japan, Katsuki, may serve as a good example how we can also pick up our own genius thread, our unique destiny threads, and to repair the world to our unique gold, which we all carry inside. And this is exactly what I would like to invite to do on the 6 weeks Wyrding Way Destiny Weaving Soul Journey to start next week. And come and join me for another Wyrding Way Reading Cafe this Friday, because I love reading and I will read out of my book again and just share some ideas, some wisdom, and invite you to co-creatively weave in the new tapestry by sharing our gold and our gifts with the world. And this is ultimately the biggest medicine that we can provide. So I hope to see you on Friday or on my beta pilot course next week. Everyone can do their homework, the worksheets in their own time, and then we can meet up every Friday for some live calls and Q&A about the homework, and really get down and dive deep to what is everyone experiencing in this 6 natural cycles, from grounding, setting roots, living the comfort zone, facing adversity, blooming, and spreading the seeds. And that's the natural cycle which we all go through life. And all our ideas, projects can be fully lived through these natural cycles, so that our unique golden thread, that we hold it in our hands instead of being woven from all different directions. Have a nice evening, and I hope to see you on one of the spaces which I suggested. Bye bye. Many, many blessings. Blakadario.